Hi, Nikita. So let's have a look at your piece here. First of all, it's too short. It's going to be very hard for me to give you a grade because if you handed something in that is half the length of the word count, then you're only going to be really accessing half of the marks. So I'm not going to give you a grade on this, but I'm going to try and point out where you've gone right and what you need to do to improve it. So this. When you write the name of a film, as I said in the email to you, you should have the title of the film in italics like this, and then the name of the director and the date of the film in brackets like that. Okay. There's too much. This is all explanation, and none of it is analysis. And you're really only going to get marks for analysis of the actual sequence. So you need to cut this down. I mean, this is 313 words. It's half of what you've written pretty much, and you need to get that down to not more than 100 words, really. Okay, if we're talking about 4, he's got a capital letter here, but he doesn't have a capital letter earlier on. So let's give him a capital letter here. Let's give him a capital letter all the way through, yeah? This analysis is fine. And simply, I would like more of it. I think you have sold yourself a bit short. I can't see anything that I have a problem with here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk you through the sequence and try and use some of the vocabulary that I think you should be using. So let's go back to the beginning. And yes, the pan shot has the camera moving away from him. So we, the audience, are encouraged to follow the camera. And as it cuts between the two of them, there's a very clear eye line match between the two of them, making it clear that they have a relationship and they're reliant on each other. But just as he is taken out of the frame by the camera, so is she pulled out of the frame by these people. And you're right, we get an overhead shot which suggests her vulnerability and powerlessness, and the camera tracks with her. That's a close-up on the injection, so it draws the audience's attention to what they're doing here. And if you look at the frame of this, the character played by Kate Winslet is seen behind glass, and again this suggests her separation, how cut off she is, so that even though we see we're actually shooting an over the shoulder shot here, we can see the reflection of Triss, and this makes it clear that she again is powerless to influence what's going on here at this stage in the sequence, because they are divided by this glass. And you're right, we get the shot reverse shot. You could say what she's doing here, this device connotes fits in with the kind of science fiction genre. It's technological. It implies that there is a sophisticated, organized group against which this one girl is fighting, again emphasizing her powerlessness. Let's just get past these. You'll see as the sequence goes on, we go from a long shot to a medium shot, and now a medium shot of this character, and an even closer shot. We're moving into close-up now. And this, see the camera closes in here on the character, and this is showing the camera, the editing here emphasizes the growing intensity of the scene and the argument between them. And then we go into a profile shot of this character. And here the framing is very deliberately putting these white, sorry about the throat, putting these white lines around her, making her seem as if she's almost part of the technology that she's using. Sounds a little bit out of sync, but there we are. Okay, so let's get to the moment where she breaks free. Slow motion emphasizes the aesthetic, if you like. It looks very striking, and the audience are encouraged to appreciate the dynamic here. It's a very common trope for slow motion to be used in action sequences, so the audience can enjoy it more. And this long shot gives a very clear idea in the proxemics of how far apart they are, which we haven't really seen before. So proxemics is important here to show that there's not a great deal of distance for her to travel before she actually gets to this character. And again, the aesthetics are very important here. This is a medium shot as Triss comes directly towards the camera, giving the audience the feeling that they're very involved with the action. Still slow motion. And then the special effect of her breaking down into sort of cubes, almost like data bits. Again, very resonant of the science fiction genre. And now the scene changes to show this enormous cityscape behind her. And I think, as you've said, we begin to see her falling. That shot, there's a side shot of the building. And again, this suggests her almost insignificance. She appears absolutely tiny in the frame, which is notable. And the cut back to her showing that she's still in the sim is I think a surprise for the audience. Got a sort of helicopter shot here moving around the building as it breaks up, and the camera is rotating inside the sim as well to make the link between the two scenes. I think we should probably talk about the blood trickling down to show that even though she's in a sim, this is having a very powerful effect on her. I mean, there's an enormous amount to unpick here. The reaction shots, the camera's constantly in motion in this sequence when it's in the kind of control room. Just about to run out of time, so I'm going to stop this and record you another one.